Welcome back. In my last video, we had yet to decide where to sail from Princess Louisa, but I'm happy to report we've had a fantastic week exploring Midwest places. They turned out to be great spots, especially for hunkering down from some strong overnight winds. We eventually made it all the way back across the Strait of Georgia to Comox. In this episode, we'll detail our stops, including a quick interior tour of SYMRA. Let's hit it! I'm Tanner Sparling. I am 10 years old, and during the school year, I live in Evergreen, Colorado. My family owns a wooden sailboat named SYMRA, built in 1941 and is currently moored in a marina on Vancouver Island, British Columbia. That's in Canada! Every year, my family sets sail during summertime to explore the wild places in the Pacific Northwest. My parents have been sailing since they got married, and we bought SYMRA when I was 3, so I have been sailing boats for as long as I can remember. When I'm not sailing SYMRA in the PNW, you might find me on an update, a 420 or our Melgus 15. This is my dad, Jonathan, and this is my mom, Gretchen. They have challenged me to learn more about sailing as I get older, and it's a lot of fun. This channel will document the stories of our adventures, from the beautiful scenery, caring for our boat, and more. Join us on Sailing SYMRA. Leaving Princess Louisa takes some planning. The beauty of Princess Louisa draws visitors deep into a mountainous inlet, but the terrain creates many challenges, particularly for sailors. First off, the inlet is about 30 miles long and extremely deep with no protected anchorages. So for sailors, it's an all-day trip. Every day as the land temperatures rise, inflow winds creep up and frequently cause rough afternoon headwinds. These winds can create uncomfortable and sometimes dangerous conditions that we tried to avoid this year. We learned this the hard way. Luckily, slack tide at Malibu was 5 a.m., so we started early while the temps were cool, and we motored through calm conditions well before the inflow winds got strong. We were bracing for a rough day, but it was perfect. We stopped again at Pender Harbor to top off the water tanks, grab some groceries, and then spend the next week near Texada Island. Our next stop was Windy Bay on Lasqueti Island, which we called Canadian Cabo because it was so sunny with black rocky shores. After I set my crab pot, I pulled out my bottom fishing rig and was jigging when a stellar sea lion joined me on the hunt. Let's just say he won, and I returned back to SYMRA and enjoyed the sunshine. The name of this bay was right, and we experienced strong winds overnight. Still no crabs. The forecast called for the winds to pick up the next night, so I moved to a place that would have better protection from the wind and waves. We motor up the coast of Lasqueti and tucked into Boho Bay. It was windy here too, but the bay looked like a great hidey hole for the night. We stayed for 2 nights and spent a long afternoon hiking on nearby Jedidiah Island. There was an open meadow with tall grass in the middle of this island that reminds me of Jurassic Park. We made it through without any velociraptor getting us and looked up to see an osprey nest with some loud ospreys in the top of a tree. Later that evening, we relocated SYMRA to the northeast side of the bay and saw several sheep. We paddled over there to take a closer look. People say that the sheep were originally abandoned by Spanish explorers, and there have been herds of wild sheep on nearby islands for hundreds of years. They look pretty dirty and they have full tails, which was odd, but it was cool to see them on shore. With all the recent wind, we made sure the boat was in ship shape before planning to cross back into open water. I thought it would be a perfect time for a boat tour. I'm in the galley, this is my pilot's berth, and my mom's going to continue it from here.
What do you want to see? The berth. At the very far end, you can see where the anchor sits. This is a sail locker. We keep a lot of empty bags there. And then this converts to our bed. When we're about to have a long sail day, we like to store everything on this side. Keeps our linens, things like that. Keeps everything dry, and it keeps it from flying around if the boat's heeling. This is the head bathroom. Pretty basic. Though we did get a new toilet this year, so now it doesn't leak, which is exciting. Locker, life jackets, shoes, all sorts of things in here. And then our clothes lockers are here. 1, 2, 3. Tanner's in the middle. Sometimes Tanner sleeps here, but often this is just storage, this bunk here. Or for underway, Tanner, you like to lay on the bunk and read your book, so uses it like a couch that's out of traffic. This is the other couch. This table pops up, so if we're gonna have dinner inside, we'll pop the table up. And then on this side, these cabinets are pantry storage, all sorts of stuff like that. Books and guidebooks, maps. Keep bins so we can easily take the bins out. Look through some of our dry goods. Do you want to see anything else in the galley? The refrigerator's over here.
It's basically a fridge and a freezer, but the fridge is further away from the cold plate, so it's just less cold.
So if we want something to stay cold, we just keep it up against the cold plate, right? And if we don't want something to be super cold, it goes way back in the back, farthest away. But plates and cups, silverware, knives and stuff. What else is back here?
Also,
pot storage, and what else? The oven, fuel, more cabinet storage.
CNG.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Tanner, why don't you go grab the flag and put it on the stern?
We needed to get going, so we went ahead and pulled the anchor. We will give you a more extensive mechanical and sailing tour soon. Numbers off! Okay. You're about! Thank you. Just as quickly as the wind builds, it can totally die out. We were thinking we were going to have a moderate breeze to cross the rest of the strait, but ended up with not enough wind to sail except for about half an hour on our way to Hornby. We anchored in Tribune Bay, which is super ideal for anchoring because it is large, sandy, and shallow. It's also beautiful in the sunlight. We swam that evening and then got up for a hike the next day. We were able to row the dinghy into shore in some of the clearest water we have seen and then walk to the south end of the island. The trail was long, but worth it. We even saw a few humpbacks in the distance. Look at this view. Onward north we went, finishing our crossing by sailing up to Comox, which has become a familiar spot for us. I've attended sailing camp here for the past 2 summers. We again received warm greetings from the marina staff and quickly found the resident eagles that we named Mo and Joe. These eagles hang around the fish cleaning station with their head on a swivel waiting for a splash. With the dock lines tied off, SYMRA is here to stay for a little bit. Next week, I'll be at sailing camp, but before then, I am off to Tofino for some surfing. If you have any questions about life on the boat or places up here, leave them for me in the comments and I'll try to answer them in the next episode. See you next time!